this is Tom Cloud with my bi-monthly Precious Metals Market Update for FTM listeners. Let's go right to the questions this week. And of course, one of them you know, but you don't know, and that's about inflation. Certainly, when you think of inflation, you think about price of things going up. But what causes that? What is inflation? Inflation is the byproduct. You have the product is printing too much money. The government prints money and prints money with nothing to back it except the full faith of the U.S. government is not what it used to be, certainly. So what happens is, as money supply comes, it increases billions, in the case of Biden, trillions of dollars with nothing to back it. They say they can cover it by taxing people more, but we know certainly that's never happened, and it won't happen this time. They'll say there's no cost to my infrastructure plan, but in reality, it'll end up being the most expensive thing that the government ever did based on history. So when you see money being printed to do these infrastructure deals and anything else the government does, anything to do with immigration, anything to do with unemployment, when they pay this money out, nothing to back it, it leads to an increase in product cost. So when you see that shrimp is up 10% for the first 9 months, gasoline's up 34%, meat 26%. That's for 9 months this year. That is what you call inflation. They print so much money that you got to pay more, plus there's other circumstances, certainly with COVID and everything else that helps cause that. But the main thing is, the definition of it is the increase in money supply that leads to a price increase, which is the byproduct of inflation. I recently had a call from a student that heard me talk at Georgia Tech about 10 years ago, and the one thing that stuck in his mind was about inflation. He said he had to call me, and he found me on the internet and tell how much that 1 hour guest talk I gave 11 or 12 years ago had impacted his investment decisions and everything he looked at now, realizing that there's nothing to back it except the full faith of the government, realizing that China and Japan own $5 or $6 trillion of our $30 trillion debt. At any time they want to crash the dollar, it's gone. And remember, I've talked about it many times. When the dollar goes below 92, it's at 93 something right now. When it goes below 92, it's going to fall. The bottom's going to fall out from under it, and every 1% the dollar goes down, you'll see gold go up 4%, silver 3 to 5%, depending on what the economy's looking like when that happens. So we're on the verge, literally, you're running out of time to get your portfolio diversified in the way you want it. What percentage you want in gold, silver, stocks, bonds, real estate? You need to figure all that out because the interest rates are starting up. We're going to see that cause problems in real estate. Bonds is going to hurt. So you got to look then and at everything else, and certainly the hard assets are where the action will be. Let me give you one thing on inflation before we leave it. Back in 1932, they brought in and confiscated gold, and gold was $20. For a $20 gold piece, it was $20. And that has 0.9675 ounces in it. So we're going to use an ounce, even though it's not quite an ounce. So it was $20 in 1932. Here we are nearly in 2022, excuse me. And that same $20 gold piece today is worth over $1,800. So it's gone from $20 to $1,800. And while I'm not saying it's going to be that dramatic on the next rise, it's going to be breathtaking when gold takes out $2,000, $2,500, $3,500, $6,000, and then they finally do something about it. And guess what it's going to be? It's going to be your friend in the Congress going to a digital currency. Digital currency. It's like no more paper money, digital currency. The haircut is estimated 15 to 25%. The government's not going to tell you that. They're going to put this new currency in, keep a big hedge for them, make everything to you inflate, and costly. And if you're fortunate enough and smart enough to have gold, it should be over 5,000 an ounce, and silver certainly should be over $100 an ounce. So you'd have that 50-to-1 ratio going back that we talked about many times. So what you want to look at now is get the place before the prices really get crazy. So let's talk about the other thing, Biden's law of the IRS getting $7.8 billion of new IRS agents. They're going to come in to monitor your bank account through the bank. First it was 600, and there was such an uproar last week. It's now looking like it's going to be for 10,000, where it has been. But the difference is the 10,000 past only been for cash, physical cash, where you had to report it to the bank to get a form that you would be like a 1099 for. So now we're not going to see that this time. We're going to see 10,000 in checks, credit card charges, anything else. You're going to have to say prove where that money came from. And if there's any question about it, you'll get your account frozen until it's worked out and you prove that it was with good funds or funds that were taxed. They were after-tax dollars and not before-tax dollars. So this is very, very critical. This thing hangs because our government is willing to spend $78 billion over the next 10 years to try to get people that are trying to cheat on their taxes to come and pay. So if they collect $50 billion, is another $28 billion our government just threw away for nothing whatsoever. People that make that kind of money are going to always have in their bank accounts or in their accounts in their brokerage account. They're not hiding it. They're not trying to do something illegal. I'm not talking about every one of them, but they're deal makers. They're entrepreneurs. But they're going to have to answer every deal they do, how they made this, how much they made it, how they did it. I mean, it's unbelievable, really. But it's coming, and what you got to realize, your primacy every day is going down, every single day. We're now seeing product shortages. One of my biggest clients is in the huge food business. They've got so many ships out waiting to come in, where the state of Florida over here can load them. We've got them sitting out in California, Charleston, all over, and it could be improved dramatically. But it's not being improved, and when it does come in, some of these ships have a date anywhere from 4 to 8 months before they can even come in. What do you think is going to look like the products? I mean, this is unbelievable. And what's it going to do to prices? We know it's going to be not only escalating in printing money, you're going to see a price escalation and the inflation end of it. And we're going to see some hefty numbers out there. The last thing I want to talk about today for the questions is about the premiums on silver. Gold premiums have gone up a little bit. Let me define the premium. If spot is $1,800 and I've got to pay, say, 3% over spot to buy from a major wholesaler, so now it costs me $1,854. 1,800 spot, $1,854, then we have a markup 2.5%, depending on what it is. So now you're up to $1,880, $1,890. Remember that we're the only company we know of that charges nothing on the back end when you buy it from us. And we've had many tests done where they say we have the lowest prices out there. So the gold premiums are not terrible. They're going up a little bit, but maybe 1%. But the silver premiums are getting crazy. For a 100-ounce silver bar, COMEX, that can be put up for collateral, that people are using to short and long the silver market, that you read about all the time, it makes it go up and down, and then they buy more silver in the physical market by driving it down in the paper market. Then they take that pile of silver, put it out for delivery, they leverage it up several times, push the price down, buy more physical silver. So you're caught, and like right now, I had a client say, "Tom, I can't pay $2.25 over spot for a 100-ounce COMEX silver bar." So well, you can be paying a lot more. I mean, He said, last time I bought from it was like 90 cents. Now it's $2.25, $2.30. I said, yeah, and a wholesaler's crazy to sell it at that. If they think it's going up, they know it's going up. Why would they sell it to you for $2.20 when they know silver's going to go past $26? So they're going to ask for a higher premium now. And if you're smart, you're going to pay it. But certainly I continue to believe I would go with 100-ounce silver bars as my number one product. And every week it seems like we have a different 1-ounce silver coin that we can give you a little bit better deal. But the premiums, of course, for 1 ounce of a silver eagle, silver maple leaf, silver philharmonic, silver kangaroo, silver Krugerrand, all these silver coins that are made by government. They're all out there, but every week it seems we have a different one. You need to talk to Dan in our office, and you can reach him at 800-247-2812. And certainly I'm happy to get involved. I don't spend as much time in the office as I used to, as I've been doing it 46 years and certainly have slowed down some. But anyway, go on and pay the premium because we're still the cheapest. If you wait on it to go back $1, I don't think it will, but if it does, you're still not going to sell it. But here's the important thing that I want to leave you with. You've got to make your decision how much cash you're going to have in the bank when all this law comes at you. And you've got to realize that corporate taxes are going up, which means by the time it gets to your account, you're going to be making less than the stock market, and because it's going to be taxed twice. Corporations are going to tax it. Say IBM or Disney. They're going to tax it to send it to the government. And then you take and do liquidation. You're going to get taxed again on that sale. And then you've got to look at getting your money out to where this $10,000 law is going to affect you, unless you can, everything you've ever done over 10,000 you can prove, and you probably can, but just think of the nightmare of just having to go through it. But what I tell you today is, get into hard assets. They're going to win big, real big. Gold, silver, and diamonds, and we'll have a piece tomorrow by my good friend Jacques Voorhees that you'll hear the day after you look at this. So just listen, and but there's a lot of excitement going on in a lot of different markets in the tangible world. We're going to continue to keep you updated here at Follow the Money. So if you need to talk to us, you can reach us at 800-247-2812. That's 800-247-2812. With this bi-monthly precious metal market update, this is Tom Cloud signing out.